It's 6:03 here, Thursday, April the 10th. We're at 43 degrees now. Look for cloudy skies, scattered showers, highs up near 60. Good morning, I'm John Domen.
And I'm Kyle Cooper. The top local stories we're following for you this hour on WTOP. New information today about job cuts looming at the Internal Revenue Service. The Treasury Department plans to cut half of workers focused on enforcement and reduce staffing by up to 20% across other components. Treasury is telling the Office of Personnel Management that it's anticipate these significant cuts now through the end of 2026. Our news partners at Federal News Network say employees who are at least 50 years of age with at least 20 years of service or any age with at least 25 years of service will be offered voluntary early retirement packages. The IRS began layoffs last Friday. Several top agency officials have either stepped down or are being removed from their roles.
Local small businesses are reeling from a big loss in revenue due to laid off federal workers. As WTOP's Gigi Barnett explains, many are trying to figure out how to fill that gap.
Restaurants, hotels, and hospitality businesses say they knew they would lose profits amid widespread firings of federal workers, but they told the Washington Council of Governments Wednesday that they didn't know the profit losses would be so steep. Sean Townsend heads the Restaurant Association of Metropolitan Washington.
I call it the whiplash that's happening with the job cuts right now. 50% of our workers are receiving less tips, and so just a mounting pressure that's on our industry right now.
Hotels are feeling it too, as 70% of hospitality dollars are linked to federal spending. Northern Virginia Chamber of Commerce Chairman Mark Carrier says, time for innovation.
We've got to find together a fruitful path forward because we do think this is a fundamental change.
Gigi Barnett, WTOP News.
Oh, bad news for kids in Montgomery County, John. Summer's going to come, but a little bit later. A couple of days, by the way. MCPS used more than 2 snow days built into the calendar, so the school year is going to be extended until Tuesday, June 17th, in order to meet that required 180 days of instruction. A request for a waiver from the state was denied. However, kids will still be going home early the last 3 days of the year and will make up late work that has to be submitted by teachers by Friday, the 13th of June.
Tells you how important those last couple of days really will be. The thought of her child who has autism having an interaction with police that could end in tragedy led a Silver Spring mother and son to come up with a new design for Maryland driver's licenses and state IDs. WTOP's Kate Ryan spoke with them about Eric's Law.
After talking about the death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police back in 2020, Linda Carpenter Grantham and her son, Eric, who has autism, thought about how people with unseen disabilities could be perceived by police during traffic stops. So Eric, who's now 20, came up with an idea for an emblem on driver's licenses that could signal to police the person they've encountered has either autism, is deaf, has developmental disability, or a mental health issue. But what should that emblem look like? Eric and his mom told me.
And I was praying to God about send me a hidden disability logo we can use. We were thinking about different things like a star or anything like that. And so me and my mom have these butterfly magnets on the refrigerator.
So that's the symbol they chose. And this month, the bill to add it as an option to Maryland state driver's licenses and state IDs passed. So now the bill known as Eric's Law will get Governor Westmore's signature. Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
It's 6:07.
The chasing days are done! Alex Ovechkin is the greatest goal scorer in the history of the NHL.
The Washington Capitals holding several events in honor of Captain Alex Ovechkin becoming the NHL's all-time goals leader. Initiatives include a special Great 95 practice and the Grade 8 City celebration featuring Ovechkin in attendance at Union Station. That's coming up on Friday. Also, a pre-game ceremony is being held before tonight's game against the Carolina Hurricanes. All fans will get a rally towel featuring Ovi's slide across the ice as he celebrated the record-breaking goal.